Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome to another speed build and thank you so much for tuning in. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much because you've all given so much love to my last build, the house on top of a spiral-shaped mountain. I'm so excited about that and I'm so happy that you really enjoyed this build. And in that last video, I was asking you if there's any type of build that you would like to see me building, any type of challenge or something small, and a lot of you guys said that you would really enjoy if I could build something small, because usually I really build huge builds, not always huge, but I have to say during the last months especially there was a lot of 64 by 64 builds, so I decided that I would build something small just as you guys wanted to see. And I built this house on a 20 by 20 lot, which is quite small for my standards, and I think the smallest lot size is 20 by 15, but I decided to build on a 20 by 20 because it's still quite small, and I also decided to sacrifice some of the space in the front for the terrain tools. As you just saw, I used the terrain tools to create a smooth slope so the Sims can actually walk up. I just thought that it would just add to the look, because to be honest, when you're building a huge house with terrain and so crazy landscaping and a lot of details and all that stuff, it's just so much easier to make a house look very spectacular and beautiful probably. And this was the real challenge here for me. A couple of months ago someone said that they would like to see me building something small because it would be interesting to see how my quite rich in detail style could transfer to a much smaller build, and this is exactly what I had in mind. I remembered that comment when I was building this and I thought, okay, just see how you can make this work. I was curious if I would be able to add a lot of details and how I would go about this, but I think it turned out quite cool. The eye catcher is the patio area that I added to the front that I'm working here at the moment. I added a lot of details to that patio. I added lots of windows and just shelves, just a lot of stuff, and I think that this is really the eye catcher, even though I added a lot of detail all around the house. But the use of the terrain even in such a small build just really makes it more unique and interesting. I have fallen in love with the terrain tools when they came out. It was quite difficult for me as well, as I said, just like for many people, and then I still decided to use them a lot because it's such a cool feature, and now I just really love to use the terrain tools. So even for this small build I decided to have a little slope. If you want to build a slope like this, I would advise to just graze it a little bit and then use the tool that is used to smooth out terrain, and this way it's just really easy to create a lovely smooth slope just like this one. And the general guideline is, as long as you can add some terrain paint, it's not too steep and your Sims will be able to rock up. You sometimes have to make sure that it's not angled to the side and that it's like not weirdly shaped, but if you're building something like this, it's not a problem. Your Sims can easily rock up. And I decided to use some blue on the outside just because it's such a dreamy color. I was really going for that type of dreamy cottage look, you could say. And this lot is located in Windenburg. It's 20 by 20 as I said, and it's right between these two beautiful lakes that are connected by a small waterfall. It's just so beautiful. It's such a stunning lot in my opinion. So if you want to place this lot exactly where I built it here, this is the lot, but there are also some others. And here I decided to just change the terrain paint in the front. Just, I don't know, just felt like this red terrain paint just goes so well with the rest of the house. And again, I used a lot of flowers to frame the paths, and this is a little object that can get famous. It's perfect to add more detail, and here I'm starting to work more on the patio, and it was a lot of fun to build this, I have to say, because leaving your comfort zone is always kind of a good thing and it's quite inspiring, and I really enjoyed this, and I have to say that I will definitely make more small builds in the future. And I think I'm also going to tackle a 15 by 20 build in the future. This was just like the first step. I slowly wanted to start with building something really small, but I think it's okay because I use some of the space in the front for the terrain. The house itself is still very small, and finishing it was a lot of fun because there wasn't that much space and I just kind of had to make it work, and without making it look too cramped, I think it worked out fine. I'm really curious what you think about that. And there are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, so it's just a small cozy house, just like what you would expect from a 20 by 20 house probably. I placed a table and a barbecue on the patio, so your Sims can just hang out and have a good time on the outside. There wasn't any space for a traditional garden. This happens all the time to me, even when I'm building on a bigger lot, just because I just like to use the space for the landscaping, and sometimes because of the shape there is just no space behind the house. But in this case I hope that you guys are forgiving me because it's such a small lot and such a small house, but I think as long as there is some space for your Sims to hang out, to sit, enjoy the view on the lake and have a barbecue, that's all you really need, right? And him adding the shelves, I just raised them up individually. This took a while, I have to say, and I did the same with some windows just to add a little bit of detail, and I wanted this to look like some type of unique window facade, I don't know, something like that. And this worked out quite good in my opinion. I really like the look. At first I only placed the window in the corner, in the diagonal part. This window that I placed in the corner is part of Cats and Dogs, I think. And when I placed this, I thought, okay, why not adding more? And then it just kind of looked quite cool. As I said in the beginning, I really wanted to make this unique and add a lot of detail, even though it's small. But I also did not want to add too much. Just sometimes too many details can be a little bit overpowering, and then it's not really looking good. So I just kind of tried to find a middle ground. And I also tried to create a contrast between the white and the brown, which is why I used different colors for the windows. And these windows that I used on the actual walls are part of Get Together, and I just love these. These are just so stunning. They just look so dreamy, perfect for any type of really quaint, beautiful family home in my opinion. And here I added 2 more windows, which looks kind of cool and funny from the inside. I just wanted to be very creative about this. And here I'm adding more shelves just so, again, I have this combination of a lot of white and very warm brown. And this wall decoration is part of Jungle Adventure. I said it 100 times probably. I have never built a jungle build, but I still love to use so much stuff that is part of the jungle pack. You can use a lot of the stuff for any type of build really. You can use any type of object for completely different purposes. But I think that especially the jungle pack is a pack that really surprised me. I use a lot of the stuff for many builds, even though I've never built an actual jungle build. This is also why I would say that any pack can be really good for building, even if you are not into the overall topic that the pack stands for. You can always use something for any type of build probably. And here working on the tower, I just added a small tower on top of the patio. This serves no other purpose than looking quite cool. This is also the reason why this is just the absolute eye-catcher of the build in my opinion. The tower with all these cute little windows and details just ties it all together in my opinion. And in the back I of course used the same windows and details just so it goes well together, and more shelves, and I think it turned out quite lovely. And the bedrooms are located at the bottom of the house. There is no upstairs really. I mean, the main floor is the upstairs technically, but this is just how it came about. I just started building and I think it still makes a lot of sense. I'm really curious what you guys think about this. And here I'm actually starting to work on the interior. I placed the stairs there. I did not want to sacrifice too much space because obviously this build is quite small. So I placed the stairs there so they are right in front of the main entrance. so I just have some type of entrance area. And these curtains are part of the vintage Glamour pack. The whole interior is quite rustic and not really modern at all in my opinion. I was going for a very cozy look, and I tried to add a lot of detail without making it look too cramped. I wanted the whole interior to look quite warm and inviting, and I think it turned out so cool. I especially love the living room and how I added the TV. And as I said, I'm curious what you guys think. Just leave a comment down below. And here I'm adding more curtains, and there's just so much light in this room. I mean, here I think it's morning, the light situation here while I'm building. But depending where you're placing this lot and what time of the day it is, there is a lot of light in this room. And here I added a armchair, and just so your Sims can hang out and read. And this sofa it's just one sofa. I really wanted this sofa to be the centerpiece. This sofa is part of Get Famous, and I think because it's a little bit over the top probably, but I think when you're placing only one of it, it just looks so good because it's just a eye catcher and a cool centerpiece. And I added a little half wall and placed the TV diagonally, so I tried to make use of the space because obviously there was very little space. And the kitchen is on the left side in combination with a dining room area. It's a open kitchen because I felt like there isn't much space, and if I would have added another wall, everything would be kind of cramped in. For the kitchen, I was going for a kind of rustic feel as well, and usually I'm the queen of building kitchens that are too big and have like 100 kilometers of counters. So this was quite different for a change. The counters are just on one wall, and I still added a small island counter because I love that, but as you will see in a second, I'm going to place it somewhere else because it didn't work this way. And I really enjoy how that kind of worked out. It's a cute little kitchen, and it kind of makes sense in my opinion. The dining table is right in front of the window. The island counter is in the center. Of course you could remove the island counter, but I just thought that there is just more space to sit for your Sims in case you have someone over, some type of party. And this is the area downstairs where I'm going to add the 2 bedrooms and 1 bathrooms. And I think that this looks quite cute. And the area right next to the stairs, the hallway technically, this is where I'm going to add just a desk and a computer, just so your Sims have some type of office space, because obviously there is not enough space for a proper office. But I think a computer is a must. I mean, Sims love computers. They just stop everything they are doing just to sit in front of a computer. So I think the Sims would be quite unforgiving if I wouldn't add some type of computer here. And for the bedroom, the master bedroom, I was going for a mix of dark brown and some kind of the stark petrol kind of blue. I love this color. And this is the master bedroom. I added a sofa, again the same sofa in a different color, just so I have some type of centerpiece. Even though the house is quite small, I still wanted there to be a proper master bedroom with a sofa and all that. But of course you could also just divide the room if you need one more bedroom. And this is the kids' room. I decided to go for a blue, and it's small, but I think because of the windows it still feels kind of open and very inviting. Of course you could always change this up. I added this flower to make it more green and even more friendly. I think it's enough space for a small kind of kids room. I think the windows and the way they are shaped just add a lot to this room, which is so friendly. And this is the bathroom, which is also not too big, but it has anything. It has a shower, it has a bathtub in the corner, really anything your Sims could ask for probably. And this is the aforementioned office area. Just quite simple, a little sofa and a desk and a computer. And I also added a bookshelf at the bottom. Very simple, but I think it turned out quite cute for a small family. This house still isn't that cheap. I don't have the complete price in mind at the moment, but I think something around 180k or something. So it's not really that cheap. So it's for a small but rich family, I guess. So this is it, guys. As always, I included some screenshots, and you can find all the information in the description box down below in case you want to download the slot in the gallery. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye!